Hi everybody, Natasha Wilkinson, Independent Scentsy Consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Now, normally I would wait a couple of days to do this video. It's normally done around the 14th, 15th. I like to do my empties twice a month. But, as you can see, we're almost up to the top because I have been trying all the fantastic new scents in our new catalogue. So I have used what I would normally use in 15 days in 10 days. So we are going to go through my empties a little bit earlier, otherwise this will be a extra long video if I waited for another 5 days and put another 5 days worth of empties in here. So let's start off with our non-wax empties first. I finished off our very snowy spruce counter clean, and this was from our Christmas time special limited time release cleaning bundle collection. This was a beautiful Christmas tree scent. I really hope at some stage they bring this out in a bar to Australia. In Australia we do not get the bar, but I really enjoyed this scent. It was a nice change up from our cleaning scents that we normally get here in Region 3, which is citrus based. And I really love the packaging on our Counter Cleans in a limited time collection. They are so pretty compared to our normal Counter Clean packagings. This is the one that I've got going at the moment, which is Squeeze the Day. But as you can see, just the white background with the name and the little Scentsy logo on it. Still works wonderful. It's still a brilliant product, but that packaging is just so festive and beautiful. I finished up the last of my cider mill dish soap. Now, I really loved this fragrance. It was apples, pumpkin, and spices. Another one I hope they bring back to Region 3 at some stage in a bar. We did have it at one stage in a bar, but it was before my Scentsy journey. It was before my time. I loved this so much that I ended up buying over the Harvest Collection 3 of these bundles, and I have now used up all 3 of these bundles. Again, I think I liked it because it was a nice change up from our current cleaning bundles, which tend to be all citrus based. I finished up from our Harvest Collection Butter Pecan Scrub. As you can see, my children were painting at some stage and they got paint all over it as well. This was a very pretty nutty bakery scent. I finished up a Luna body wash. These are brilliant, our body washes. You only need a small bit and they last a long time. I think it's been about 3 months since I had one of these in my empties. No, it doesn't take 3 months for me to use a whole one of these up. It probably takes about a month, maybe a month and a bit. But I have this and Jammy Time going in the shower at the same time, and my husband has one of the Father's Day collection ones, so we do have 3 going at the same time in our household. So there is about a quarter left in the Jammy Time one and a quarter left in my husband's one. So if I were to buy the 3 I have by the 3 months it's taken me to put in there, it would probably take me about a month to use up one of these body washes. You only need a tiny bit, and it foams up well and cleans really well. It's quite concentrated. So I had in the fan diffuser one lone jammy time pod, completely used up the scent. It was a leftover one that I had after using the other one in my mini fan diffuser. So I didn't have to. Normally I'd put in the fan diffuser 2 pods at once for that extra oomph of scent, but I only had one left from the jammy time, so I wanted to use that up. So I used up the last of this jammy time one. Usually I find once they stop expelling the scent into the air, I take them out, there might be a little bit of scent left, and I'll throw them into my clothes drawers just to get rid of that extra scent and make the clothes drawers smell nice. But I use this completely up. There's no scent left in this one. And I replaced it with a pack of Amazon Rain pods. Amazon Rain to me is one of my staples. I love, love, love it. It's been a while since I've actually used it though. I love it in my laundry and I love it in my bathroom. It's a sweet tropical scent. It has orange zest, it has jasmine, it has coconut milk, and I don't really get the citrusy smell that it's supposed to have in it. It has melon in it as well. What I do get is that sweet tropical note from the coconut milk when I smell it. And I also get that beautiful sweetness from the jasmine. But I think that citrus and that melon kinds of brings in like a fruity tropical smell as well, even though you can't differentiate them separately. Although saying that, I did kind of pick up the citrus in the pods, not the pods, the wax when I was warming it recently. So maybe my nose is starting to develop more and pick up more scents. But combined, I just find it the beautiful, sweet, fresh, tropical scent combined. So they are my non-wax empties. Now, let's delve into my wax empties. This is going to be done a little bit differently because I was trying to test out the new scents. We had a few new releases, so I'm going to try and categorize them a little bit then. So first we're going to talk about our Valentine's Day collection, which is still available for purchase. What I did was I first warmed Petal Pals, and it has in it rose, peony, and a vanilla marshmallow from memory. This is gorgeous. I automatically, before even smelling our Valentine's Day collection, popped them into my Scentsy Club. But after warming Petal Pals, I upped it from 1 to 2. That is how much I loved Petal Pals. Now, this is a floral scent. You do need to kind of like florals. But that marshmallow and that bakery note in it tones down the powderiness a little bit. You still get that powderiness from the rose, but you also get the sweetness from the peony, and that marshmallow tones it down, bringing like a bakery little bit of note to it and an extra sweetness, making it a little more complex than a just normal floral note, I would say. It is quite strong. It lasted about 3 days in my warmers. I warmed it in my bedroom and I got good throw from it. Sorry, I didn't last 3 days. It lasted about maybe 2.5 days. So not quite 3 days. And what I did was I had 3 warmers in my bedroom. So I had 2 warmers, 2 cubes each in each warmer. So I warmed 6 of the 8 cubes and I kept 2 aside because I wanted to do a mixing experiment with the other Petal Power one after trying them by themselves. That marshmallow comes out more in warming. On cold, you do smell more of the floral. But I really, really enjoyed this set. It was pretty. And as I said, I upped the amount in my Scentsy Club. So this will be staying in my Scentsy Club. The next one we're going to talk about is Best Berry. This is strawberry, raspberry, and a spun sugar. Now, to me, I wouldn't necessarily describe it as the best berry scent I have ever smelled, but it is nice. I smell predominantly in this the strawberry. However, I found this compared to Petal Powers, compared to some of the other berry scents that Scentsy has made lighter. I did the same concept in my bedroom with 6 cubes, and I really only got a light throw from it, and really only smelt the strawberry. Smelling the pods in this, the pods, I smell more of the raspberry, and I think will perform better than this. I haven't tried my pods yet. I do have it in my Scentsy Club, but I'm undecided whether this one will stay in Scentsy Club. I may wait for one more shipment of it and try it again, maybe in a different area, to see if I get a better performance. But to me, the best berry scent Scentsy has ever made, the one I really, really enjoy, which is probably why maybe I didn't enjoy this as much, is Strawberry Rose. I am absolutely in love with their Strawberry Rose, and my son loves Berry Blessed, which was from our Christmas trio collection, which is more of a winter berry to him that smells like candies. Both of them are strong performers, and I think if we were to reach for a berry scent, I would reach for the Strawberry Rose. He would reach for that Berry Blessed. So, as I said, I don't know if I will keep this in my Scentsy Club indefinitely. So after I warmed the 6 cubes separately, I then had 2 cubes left of Petal Pals and 2 cubes left of Best Berry. And because they came as a pack when you buy them, like most people, I wanted to try the combination. I found it gave a more fruitier tone to the Petal Pals, but I liked Petal Pals on its own better, and I don't know if I like the mixture any better than separately. So I think eventually it will be just that I will have Petal Pals in my Scentsy Club with those two, but we will see. As I said, I want to give it another go. I want to try it maybe in the bathroom, maybe in the laundry, somewhere smaller, and seeing if the performance is better, seeing if I enjoy it more, because it is a nice berry scent, just not to me the best berry scent. Okay, so what I also did with that scent, which I will get into later, I will tell you about the oils I diffuse later, so I won't go into that just quite yet. So let's talk about Pillow Time. I finished off Pillow Time. To me, out of the Catching Z's, it was probably the strongest of them compared to that. Maybe Snuggle Time might have come a close second. Not my favourite. Not a repurchase. This was the one that had Blue Tansy, I believe, in it, which was a chamomile or from the chamomile family, which is a popular herb in oils. It was quite sweet. One I warmed in the laundry and the bathroom because it was not one I would enjoy in my bedroom. But it wasn't sweet in the way I enjoy sweet. I'm a sweet lover, but this was more a herbal sweetness to me. So Pillow Time will not be a repurchase for me, and it will not be one that I put in my Scentsy Club. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the new scents now. I've got through 6 of our 10 new scents, Disney not included, because I'm just throwing things everywhere here. That's okay. I've gone through them, so I'll pick them up later. I haven't got around to purchasing the 2 new Disney scents yet. So these are from our normal collection. So I've got a little book here to describe them, and we'll go through the 6 new scents I probably purchased. Okay. We'll start off with my Womp Womp. And it's not a Womp Womp because it didn't throw. It's not a Womp Womp because it didn't give a good scent strength. It's a Womp Womp just because I didn't like it. So, and that was Sunsoaked Petals. I wanted to like this. I really did. I was going into this, I think, with a preconceived notion that it was going to be something like Here Comes the Sunflowers or Beach Daisy, with that bright, sweet, fresh floral note. It does have the brightness in it from the daffodil petals. Description of Scentsy say, newly opened daffodil petals, sunny currant and watermint flourish in the sun. On the back note, you do get that watermint, and I don't know if it was the currant or the watermint, but that came through more on warming. It gave it a earthy, wet, bitter note to me, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like that earthy, wet, green, bitter note. There was not enough sweetness in it to counteract that earthy green bitterness. I really think it was the watermint, not so much the currant, because when you look at Beach Daisy and when you look at Here Comes the Sunflowers, they're a mixture of that bright floral with a fruit that brings about the sweetness. So the currant is a fruit, the daffodils is a bright floral, but then you get that herbal watermint, which I think is what gave it that bitter note. Just didn't like it. Won't be a repurchase for me. I did diffuse with it our new oil to try and complement it. Cucumber mojito. Because this on cold smells quite fresh with the cucumber. But that mojito mint then came through. And while it probably would complement those people that like those scents, these aren't scents that I really enjoyed. So that was Sunsoaked Petals. Not my favourite. Next one we're going to talk about is Mad for Melons. That's what's currently going. I popped it in my warmers yesterday. Not much scent left. Lasted about a day. Mad for Melons is juicy honeydew melon, fresh from the vine, adorned with freesia and wild poppy. And you get that beautiful sweet honeydew melon smell. But that freesia and poppy makes it even sweeter. It's very bright. It's very summery. Now, I'm trying to get through warming all these new scents because they are floral, not floral, they are summery scents. Would I pop this in my Scentsy Club? I wouldn't be mad at buying another few of these. I wouldn't be mad like if I got them in a whiff box or something like that. I would enjoy it, but to me, it's too generic to pop in my Scentsy Club if it were to retire at the end of the year. And I don't want you to take the word generic as a negative connotation in this respect. For you to understand what I mean by that wording, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here and just go through a little bit of an explanation of how our catalogue works compared to Region 1's. So we're in our autumn-winter catalogue now. We have just started our autumn-winter catalogue. We're about to hit our autumn-winter season. Region 1, Region 2 are going into their spring-summer catalogue. So they are going into catalogues where these scents are perfect for their region at the moment. And predominantly you'll find in Region 1, which is America, their catalogue for spring-summer are fruity, they're floral, they're fresh, and their bakery will tone down and their spice will tone down. But when the switchover comes for their fall-winter, you will find that they will get less floral, they will get probably less fruity, and they will get more bakery, they will get more spicy notes to complement that weather. Last season for their fall-winter, they only had one floral scent in their catalogue, which was Luna. Here, we are going into our autumn-winter catalogue, coming out of our spring-summer catalogue. And I have noticed a trend with our catalogue that our fresh, our floral, and our fruity are always pretty well stocked. We still get a lot of those scents, but we get a very small amount of bakery and spice. And it would be nice to eventually have our catalogues do a similar thing to Region 1 and complement our weather and get more of those. I'm not saying we get the whole range because we are a smaller market compared to Region 1, but just based on voting from our last Bring Back Our Bars, I do believe there would be a market for a bit more bakery, a bit more spice in our winter. And I do believe that it would go well if they complemented some scents to our particular seasonal catalogue as well. But I have noticed this catalogue for our autumn-winter catalogue, we have got a lot of summery scents as per usual. And back to my generic comment, when I'm saying generic, because of that, I find that why this is a pretty scent, why I would not put it in my Scentsy Club would be that because we have access to fruity, floral, usually in our catalogue there will be some type of melon scent that I could pick up in the catalogue to fill this spot. Watermelon tangerine, for instance, this was a summer collection scent. We got the new scrubs, we got the new things last summer as a limited time only, but that particular bar was actually a catalogue bar for us, and when we had access to all of that catalogue season, I believe it was in our catalogue This will be the third time it's been in our catalogue in a row, basically since I joined. So I could reach for that as my melon scent if I wanted to. It may retire at the end of this season, I do not know, but we'll be going back into our spring-summer at the end of this season, and I'm sure they will have another not mad for melon if they do retire this, or watermelon tangerine. There will be some type of melon combo fruity floral scent I can grab to enjoy without having to put it in my Scentsy Club. So that is basically my long spiel. Hope I made sense of why I call this generic. As I said, I don't mean it in a negative connotation. I do like this scent. I will enjoy it while it's available, but I don't feel the need to put it in Scentsy Club because of the reason that I feel we would have always a scent in our catalogue based on what we get that would cater to that need. So the next one I'm going to talk about was Coastal Sunset, and this was in our woods category. This is another category we don't get many scents for. And again, woods is something I do reach for in winter. But for me, woods has to have a sweetness about it. And this is one I would put in my Scentsy Club if it were to retire. It is described as creamy coconut and sandalwood set the scene for warm amethyst amber. Lasted about 2 days. Warmed this one in my bedroom. The sandalwood brings a softness to it, but that's about it. I would classify this, to be honest with you, more fresh than I would woodsy, because that, even though the sandalwood and amber had a softness about it, that coconut and the sweetness added by that coconut made this smell really fresh, and it was quite pretty. So this is one I would probably, if it did retire, add to my Scentsy Club. So the next one we're going to talk about Hawaiian Halula, and this was in our citrus family, and it was described as nothing stays tropical, quite like the mix of juicy orange, pineapple and passion fruit. To me, this was more fruity than citrus. It's not quite pretty. I enjoyed it. Again, not one I would probably put in my Scentsy Club at the end of the season if it retired. Only being that juicy orange, pineapple, passion fruit, they are scents that are in a lot of our other bars. We get a very big range of fruity scents in our bars, so I could probably find something similar or complementary with a season changeover, so I wouldn't feel the need to pop it in my Scentsy Club. Okay, now I've warmed through 2 more of the new releases, so I've warmed through 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the new releases out of 10, so I still have 4 to try, but these last 2 I'm going to talk about a little bit together. One was Tangerine Creamsicle, again in our citrus, and I would definitely classify it as citrus. Icy tangerine blended with mango and vanilla cream swirl make the sweetest tropical sweet. I get mostly tangerine with a little bit of vanilla in this. I didn't smell much of the mango, but it was a sweet citrus. Not sweet enough for me to enjoy on its own. We know my preference with citrus's. They need to be sweet for me to really enjoy. They need to be something like Be Fabulous. Squeeze the Day that has that extra sweetness about it. But what I did was I mixed some of it with Vanilla Waves, which was another one of our new releases, and this was a new bakery, so we did get one new bakery this season, which I am so happy about, and that was sea salt and whipped vanilla crashed into sticky caramel for an elegant fusion of opposites. This is beautiful. If this retires, it will be going straight into my Scentsy Club. It is beautiful on its own. It is beautiful as a mixer. If you love vanilla scents, you will love this. You get a sweet vanilla, but it isn't over sugary. And you get just a little light caramel at the end. But it's not overly decadent, it's not over sugary. To me, it's a tamer version of your vanilla bean buttercream, and it's not as probably perfumey as simply vanilla, a bit more caramelly, a bit more bakery, just a nice light vanilla scent. Combined, it gave the sweetness I needed for Tangerine Creamsicle. Tangerine Creamsicle I would purchase again just for this combination, but I wouldn't put it in my Scentsy Club, and I wouldn't purchase it in big amounts. So it would be something, if I were to get it in a whiff box, I wouldn't be sad about. I would probably use Vanilla Waves to calm it down. But it's not one I would reach for in my repertoire as such. So, before I go on to the rest of my empties, out of what I have worn so far, I have categorized them to my favorite, least favorite. There might be a slight change once I've worn the rest, but so far, Vanilla Waves, definitely my number one. Definitely going into Scentsy Club if it ever retires. Coastal Sunset, number two. Definitely going into Scentsy Club if it retires. Number three, Mad For Melon. Would purchase again. Would use but would not put into Scentsy Club because I feel that I could find something complementary if it ever retired. Hawaiian Halula. Nice. If it came in a whiff box, would use it again. Don't know if I would purchase it again on my own, but I didn't mind it. Tangerine Creamsicle, nice. Don't know if I would purchase it again. Maybe just for that Vanilla Waves mix, but would not go into Scentsy Club. And if it came in a whiff box, I would use it, but I don't know if I'd repurchase it again. Sunsoaked Petals, didn't like, not a repurchase for me. So I do have 4 more to go through in the new releases. I have not yet warmed, so I don't know where they stand just yet. So let's talk about what else I have been warming in the laundry and the bathroom with my Scentsy Pods. Amazon Rain. We already talked about the scent. It is a coconut, floral, fruity tropical scent. Perfect for those areas. I love, love, love it. Now, this was an older Bring Back My Bar, which was in the clearance section a while back. So I picked up one of them to try because I was quite surprised at how much I was enjoying minty scents. I am enjoying minty scents to kind of refresh areas if I have been using particular scents and want to change out. If I've been using fruity scents, maybe want to change that to bakery scents. If I've been using bakery scents, want to change it just to refresh the air, to reset. So I picked up a bar of whiteout from the clearance section, no longer available. This is mint, apples and pine. You don't get the green Christmas tree pine note, but you do get the mint, and you do get a like sweet, bitey green apple note in it as well. I had this in my lounge room open concept area, and it was quite enjoyable. The only thing I do say for mint scents in my home, they last a day and they go strong, and all of a sudden they just fizzle out. The scent's just gone. It's like, where are you? Like, some other scents just slowly die down, but I find with the mint scents in my home, they go, and then they fizzle out. So I get about a day out of them. I'm changing my warmers every 2 to 3 days anyway, so that doesn't really matter. And the purpose I use my mint scents is for that clean, fresh, reset smell anyway. If it was available for purchase, I would probably pick up a few more bars. Don't know that I'd put it in my Scentsy Club, but it was in our clearance section, so obviously not available for repurchase, not available anymore. Now, it's in my son's room, but he has dark side of the force and light side of the force going in his room. I've used a couple of cubes, still got plenty of those bars left. I think we used 2 cubes from the dark side of the force and 1 cube from the light side of the force amongst his 3 warmers at the moment, so those bars aren't fully done, so that's something we've been using. Another one I used in the kitchen, 3 cubes, not quite finished, Peppermint Dreams. This was also an older Bring Back My Bar, and also in the clearance section, no longer available. This was the mint with a chocolate note. If you've ever had a peppermint patty, smells like that. I wanted to compare it to our marshmallow mint cocoa, which is in my Scentsy Club. I do prefer the marshmallow mint cocoa. This is more heavy chocolate predominant when warming, and you get the mint at first, but after about, I found 20-30 minutes, that mint goes down and I got more of the chocolatey note. Whereas marshmallow mint cocoa, the 2 scents lingered together, and you could still get the mint, you could still get the cocoa, you could still get the mixture of both of them. So I did prefer marshmallow mint cocoa, but I will enjoy the rest of this bar, not one that you can repurchase anymore. And in the laundry, bathroom and my daughter's room, I used up a bar of Ursula For Unfortunate Souls from our Villains collection. Before warming this, I heard that it was light, that it didn't throw very well, but I found in those 3 rooms I did get a scent throw. I did get the scent of it. It is very fruity, very sweet, perfect for my daughter's room. I do have it in Scentsy Club, 1 bar. The other 2 villains I have by 2 bars. I did put it only by 1 bar because I did hear of how low light a scent throw, and not many people liking it. I don't think I would have increased it to 2 bars given the chance, but I won't be getting rid of it out of my Scentsy Club either, because a lot of people did get rid of it out of the Scentsy Club after trying it too. I really enjoyed it for my daughter's room particularly, and a nice difference in the bathroom and laundry, but I think going forward it will be one purchase specifically for my daughter's room. So, they are the bars that I have been warming. Now, I did speak briefly about one of my diffusing, which was Cucumber Mojito. Let's finish off what I have been diffusing. I have 3 completely empty ones, which I've used up, with my vanilla wave, sorry, not my vanilla bean. I used up the rest of my holiday shortbread from the Christmas collection. Sweet, sugary, just like a cookie. Love, love, love this. I actually finished this up first. It was tight. I thought it was going to be peppermint everything that I would finish up first. But it did end up being what I originally, before trying peppermint everything, anticipated, and the holiday shortbread. If this ever comes back, I will definitely be getting more if that set ever comes back. I would actually like to see this eventually be made into one of our bigger oils, because we here in Region 3 don't have many bakery type oils. We've got a lot of the citrusy ones, we've got quite a few fruity ones. But when it comes to sweet bakery ones, that's something that needs a bit of a market fill here in Region 3, and it was really enjoyable. I also used up from that same collection the peppermint everything when I was warming the peppermint dreams and the whiteout. I was surprised, as I said, how much I was enjoying this. I was surprised at how much I was enjoying minty scents without getting that toothpastey feel. This just melded so well with my minty scents. Another one I would purchase in a big bottle if given the opportunity, or purchase if come back. Finished up from the Valentine's Day collection, Hug Me, and that just melted so well with the Valentine's Day melts. This I do have another one of, because our oil collection is now still available, and it was something that was available last Valentine's Day. So this one was from last year's Valentine's Day collection bundle, and I did pick up a new one. So I'll be now ready to open my new Hug Me soon. They're the oils I've finished up, but the ones I've used but haven't finished up now. When I finished up Hug Me, what I did with particularly with the best berry, I diffused caramel, strawberry and vanilla. That is a beautiful strawberry sweet scent. I'm definitely going to have to pick up a big one of this. With Coastal Dreams, diffused Seaside Lily. This is one of our new oils that are available, and this is basically a salty sea air smell, quite fresh. If you like fresh salty sea air scents, I did enjoy. I don't know if it's one I'd pick up in a large bottle, but it is something that goes quite well if you're warming fresh sea type notes. And the last oil I diffused, particularly with the Go-Go Melon, was watermelon and red berries. This is a very summery scent. I picked up one of the large ones of these in the clearance section not long ago, but it's now back in our catalogue for full price, and I have two of these little trial ones from my consultant kits as well. I tend to warm this more when it's really hot. It is, to me, a summer scent. So as the weather gets cooler, I probably will reach for this less and less. But while it's hot, it is perfect. It is a sweet watermelon scent. You definitely smell the watermelon and the sweetness of the berries. It is really refreshing and just the perfect scent for summer. So, they are my empties. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit long, but as I said, I went through quite a few bits before I would normally do this on the 15th. So I needed to do it a little bit earlier, as you can see, with all these new fantabulous scents that are available. While they are available, I also wanted to do them in case any of you had any questions or wanted to place a purchase with your consultant. If you don't have a consultant, I'd love to be your consultant. Just send me a message and I can answer any questions. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're all staying safe. I will do another one of these towards the end of the month. Now we have emptied our basket, we are ready to start again. So until then, stay safe. Bye for now.